I'm Roland LaJoy on this second Tuesday in May, and what has been a tradition here on the WLVB over the last many years has been collaborating with the folks at Lamar County Mental Health Services and keeping folks aware that May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And every Tuesday we chat with somebody from Lamar County Mental Health, and Jim Poirier joins us this morning. I think you've been on with us before. You're a veteran of this, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
You're not? Haven't you been on with us before?
I think I managed to weasel out of it at one point, but I never really actually.
Well, we're glad you got you on this time around. Anyway, so tell me what your official title is. I want you to say, because I would never make it through it.
I am the Supported Employment Coordinator for Adult Behavioral Services out in Lamoille County Mental Health.
Okay, well, that's not too bad. So what does that mean? So what mostly do you do at Lamoille County Mental Health Services?
Well, I help folks find work that's suitable for them, help them to work their way off of benefits or to supplement benefits, just find that right employer-employee match, and help folks get unstuck and begin to participate in the community and become part of the social fabric.
Now, one particular thing that you're working on right now that you want to talk about this morning is helping the community folks in need and distribution of food to those who are in need, and of course, with between struggling themselves and the couple that with the pandemic that's engulfed us over the last several weeks, people are struggling.
No, they are. They are. And a lot of the folks that are struggling, you wouldn't know it unless we heard from, say, a neighbor or whatever that is saying, hey, look, these people are struggling. There's a family. They're short on food. They're short on cash. They've been laid off from their jobs or what have you. Oftentimes these are the quietest people. They won't reach out. They're reluctant to ask for help.
Right.
And we try to identify those along with myriad other people, but these folks are often the ones that are the biggest challenge to be able to help, because they don't believe that that their need is greater or as great as their own neighbor's need. And so they often ask, what can we do to give back when we do bring them some food? And they say, my neighbor might be in more need than I am, so I bring them some more food so that they can distribute to their neighbor, so at least they have their dignity intact and that they're contributing and they are able to give back.
So you distribute food to those in need. So where does this food come from?
It's coming from Skinny Pancake, generously donating meals, a lot of meals.
Right. And
we're distributing them. People are so grateful, to have this, this resource show up at their doorstep, basically. And we're finding that, bringing it to the folks that are having trouble getting out. We have people that show up at the agency, of course, and get curbside pickup service. But getting out to those people in the far-flung regions of the county, we have a program called the Community Cadre, and within that we have folks that support people within the community, those that have that struggle with, say, their mental illness or just isolation, things of that nature. And so these folks go out and deliver food to these to the folks out there, and they are instrumental in making this happen. They are the final leg in the whole logistical aspect of this. So, yeah.
So how many meals, how much food can you distribute? Does it depend on how much that you receive?
It depends on how much we receive, but we've been distributing around 330 meals a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, does Skinny Pancake provide all that, or are there other companies that contribute as well?
No, it's just Skinny Pancake.
Wow.
Yeah.
They've been known to do that. They've done that, of course, not only here, but I know they do it in other areas of the state.
Yeah.
Much in Chittenden County as well.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So you determine on who gets the food. So you have your own list, but then you do, as you said, you get folks who will suggest other people who are to put it another way, sometimes they're just too proud to ask for the help that their neighbors will ask for them.
Right. And those neighbors themselves can be pretty proud. They can be proud themselves, but they at least believe that they are now helping their neighbors, so that they're not just taking a handout, which is huge with some of these folks. They do not believe that they should be receiving the help when somebody else they believe clearly needs it more.
Right.
And so we want to make sure that they're not marginalized. And we also have folks that are in town, not necessarily out in the hinterlands, but are in town that they're compromised. They have health issues that this virus could, really raise Cain with them.
Yes.
And, be life-threatening. And so they're stuck with either having to venture out and take a risk, which could be life-threatening, or we could bring some food to them.
And of course, when you distribute the food, of course, it's all very safely done too. Everywhere is masks and everybody's social distanced, and so. Everybody gets it. And of course, you do have a lot of families now who not necessarily were in need like before this pandemic started, because of the people lose their jobs, and the folks who never ever thought that they would need this service are the ones that are probably the toughest ones to find.
They are they are the toughest ones to find, because they're waiting for an unemployment check, or they're waiting, they're just waiting for something to change, something to happen. In the meantime, their food stores are going down.
Yeah,
they've lost the paychecks, and they've lost their income. And oftentimes they've lost their mobility. They can't get around. They don't have the money to put gas in the tank.
Right. Well, this is a service that I wasn't even aware that Lamar County Mental Health Services did. So everybody, we learned something about Lamar County Mental Health Services every year we do this series. So now folks want to find out more about mental health, Lamar County Mental Health and their other services, and this food distribution service that you're also doing. How do folks find out about it? Or maybe maybe there's some folks out there that know some other people that need help.
Well, they can call the agency at 888-5026. And they can ask for me, Jim Poirier, or they could leave a general message at the desk, the front desk. It will get to me. And we'll take it from there.
Okay.
We're not going to run a litmus test on anyone. If somebody says they're hungry, I'm going to make sure they get fed.
Yeah, well, good point. And again, you can also go to, is it lamoille.org? Is that your email? Your website? I believe it's lamoille.org.
Yeah.
That's easy to remember. All right, Jim Poirier from Lamar County Mental Health Services, part of our monthly get-together with folks at Lamar County Mental Health during Mental Health Awareness Month, which is the month of May, as we know. Jim Poirier, good talking with you, and best of luck with the service, and we appreciate everything you do.
Well, thanks for having me.
Thank you, Jim.